And what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's rock and roll. Well, we had two trade designs this morning, and they both paid. Really have to understand our system, and you'll find out you're trading with more confidence. Okay. Now, before we get into that, guys, I just want to go ahead and update y'all. We do have the Trade 1348 quick start guide. For those who are still unsure of 1348, we actually guide you through the whole entire thing. Okay, link down in the description. Sometimes you might need a refresher on what everything is, so you're not bombarding the community on things that you should know. Okay, so link down in the description. Go ahead, seek out your truth, formulate your questions, ask the community. We help you then. Okay. And so, yeah, this is basically the system and everything you get when you sign up. And then, of course, what you're watching and you're watching me trade with is next level stuff, right? So there's levels to this game, but we can get you started in trading and have you, submit to a system with entry level 1348. Okay. So anyways, get that cheat sheet, guys. If you have not taken a step up to AI or gabetrades.com, I certainly advise you do so. Okay. So enough with this shameless plug. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Let's go ahead and make some money. Who wants to make some money? Who wants to make some money? All right. So we're going to go ahead, guys, really quickly. Let's go into the system really quick. We had a trait design up. Now we're going to look at this in detail. At a trait design up, we had a destination. All right. Good morning, John and Pod. And by the way, do not thank me for that guide. That was all hot potato. The privileges of not having a wife and children and just having all this free time. It's, do you make my trade guide or do you jack off to porn? He made the smart decision and we all love him for it. All right. So here we go. Back to the system here. Do I have a mentorship? Yes. It is very, very expensive though. It's $3,500 for the year. That's my mentorship. Anyways, let's get back to this. So we had a trade design up with basically a destination. And then if we respected that, it's for one-on-one. Yes, it's one-on-one. Now let's zoom out. Let's zoom out here. Right, we had a level there. We got to zoom out and try to find another level. Our system prints out these levels for us. So we have a level here. And just to make sure, we go ahead and see. Okay, and we have another level here. Okay, we're going to zoom out to find all of our levels because these markets are becoming a little crazy. Right? It's the market's become really, really crazy, right? So we can't take anything for granted. And that brings me to my point here. When we had the trait design up, we couldn't take that we had a level there and GT for granted. If we took the trade up, we had an expectation of where it was going. Now we have the trade down. Of course, the trade down, you guys see, we have some gray candles here. Now the gray candles here and the X's here, guys, means it's a no trade zone. This is a no trade zone, okay? This is great. No trade zone. Now, we have a trade design where, of course, it's a trade design. We have to take it, especially if we have multiple confluences. And this is the trade that pays. Now, we do have a target, if you will, right? Now, that target's 1806. We're at 18033 or 30. That's a target. Now, if we zoom out, we can see clearly that this is going to be about a 1.5 to 1. Okay, that's a 1.5 to 1. Okay, now guys, let's talk about this for a second. Can we talk about this? Because I train a lot of people. New Credit Life, you're not one of them. I trade hundreds of people on one-on-ones, hundreds. And the common theme is they'll take a contract, let's say one contract of NQ, and they hold for half a candle, right? Or 2.5 minutes, a 3-minute hold. Okay. And this just like blows my mind because you've exposed your initial risk is ginormous with one NQ if you're holding for the results of 5 MNQs. Whereas we can remove the psychological impact of the trade by trading smaller and making a true attempt to hold, as we see here, guys. It's happening. It's coming down to the level. It came down to the level. We have it here, right? Look, right there. You have to believe in your levels. You have to know, right, where we're going and not take anything for granted here. Does this make sense? I hope this makes sense. Does this make sense? So what we're having a little high here, which is all right. So if you really wanted to conquer that move and you want to be able to hold longer, scale it down. Ms. McMullen, of course you took that trade. Congratulations. Countries. Which money did you make, man? Oh my God. 1%. Have a good day. There you go. Philip. Guys, you follow the system and you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. The system does it over and over and over again. It just does. Over and over. Nice. Way more than she expected. That's great. Miss McMullen, I love that for you. So, you guys, what we can do is, if you want to be able to make more money, we want to trade smaller, right? If your emotions can't hack 5 MNQs, come down to 3. If it can't hack 3 MNQs, come down to 1. And there we go. John Cashola, 8.74% on the day. John, is that like 30K for you? No, it's like 24. John, let's be real. John, that's like $24,000 for you, is it not? I'm sorry, I'm putting you out there. But guys, John was one of my original one-on-one students who, yeah, we've done everything together. We've gone the dark side of trading together. You know, we've had the pep talks. I convinced him to keep on trading. It's about $20,000, guys. You know, it's John, it's DeJohn, it's the, you know, it's the Gerardos, it's those guys. Yeah, they were my first students. Yes, John, remember that. We've seen it all. And we've had those conversations. We tried to understand. We overanalyzed his why. And things didn't start becoming clear to him until we made it simple. We forced him to make it simple. See, John's a brilliant mind, and I promise you guys, those were brilliant minds, right? Now, I'm not saying you have minds that are going to go change the world, right? But maybe John's an exception. But John's a brilliant mind. And because of that, it was, oh man, it was constant. It was constant, like, question after question, rebuttal after rebuttal, right? It was kind of like someone refusing to believe in God. You know those people, guys? You know people of faith, right? You know, you believe in God, you believe in a higher power, you try to share that with someone who may be a non-believer, and all you get are a bunch of freaking questions. You know, and it's not their fault. You can't get mad at them, right? That's just the way their brain thinks. And this system very much the same. Took him a long time to fully submit. Yes, he was overanalyzing. You guys look at him chat here. He's admitting he's overanalyzing, you know, and I'll pull my hair. John, you're responsible for my receding hairline if I have one. Anyways, back to the trade here. So look at this. Oh, by the way, guys, by the way, John Cashola is also a former prop firm addict. And we told him get away from it. Gerardo as well. Get away from it. Just saying. Anyways, here We told you where it was going. Now, aside from trading with smaller size, right, that will encourage you to hold longer, right? You could trade smaller to hold longer because again, most of you guys are like trading for minutes, right? You're not holding. Everyone's like, oh, why do I want to hold longer? It's like, well, you're still trading the candle. The reason why is because the candle is choking you up emotionally, right? So we trade smaller so the candle has no effect on you. Next up, the analogy I'm going to use, okay? If who likes to go shopping? Let me see some hands. Go on. Yeah, I think this question is going to bring all the ladies to the chat. Ladies, fellas, who likes to go shopping? Hands up. And John, I'm glad. Never again will John go down that prop front route. Freaking love it. All right. We got some hands here. Of course. All right. Okay. There you go. The hands are coming. Jimmy, hands are here. Wow, John. Guys, John's made 250% since March. Good job, dude. Okay. And he likes shopping, of course. Of course he likes shopping. Okay, so this is the analogy I'm gonna make. When we go shopping, right? Don't you hate when you go into a plaza or a shopping plaza and you're looking for a parking spot, but you're searching, right? Like a shark. Stop sign. You stop. And then it's stop sign. You gotta stop. Right? You gotta stop. Do that with your trading. Guys, when you see your lines are basically your shopping mall plaza stop signs. That's why here, this becomes a profitable trade. And if you had a stop sign here or a stop sign here, either way, you made money. Now, this love affair of trying to capture the entire trend makes 0 cents when the goal is 1%. Now, if it gives you more than 1%, in John Casciola's case, 8%, or in some other cases, 2%, 3%, that has put you well on track to millionaire, multimillionaire status within 2 or 3 years, right? Especially, we start with 10,000 turns into 122,000 or 11x is the first year at 1% compounded. We do that again the second year. Now we're in the millions, year number 3, we're in tens of millions, right? And it's all compounding 1%. So guys, get on over to the compound calculator that we talk about here in the community and create your chart and follow your schedule. Okay. But John, that's remarkable. Guys, let me tell you, John, we're gonna have these conversations where he'd just be, really, really frustrated himself. And he's just like, what am I missing? And, you know, and I would get frustrated too, because I really didn't have the answer to what he was missing because I didn't know what he was missing. And of course, the system back then wasn't as developed as it is now. So, John, I mean, like, you're a big part of why the system is the way it is right now. All right. So we could just explain it out and you guys don't doubt what you're doing. Okay, guys, is there anything that would suggest we go bullish at any point right now? Let's see some hands if you believe we can go bullish at some point. What I love about the chat right now is nobody's talking about like a hunting a reversal. You guys remember those good old days? Because John was a reversal hunter. John, yes, you were. All right. Anyways, do we have any reason to be bullish here? None. Nope. No. All right, King Louie, what's up? BTC is bullish. You want to look at BTC? Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin USD. Okay. Is it bullish? I mean, it is, it, uh, it's consolidating, right? You see this right here, gray right down here? That means it's just consolidating. It's going sideways. So, no, not bullish. It was. You want to see a moment in time where the system, like, told you it was bullish? And it was? Oh, it was like right here. This was April 20th when we were at 85,000. Right, King Louie, we're not talking about the daily right now. We're talking about the moment in time. We'll cover the daily in a second. But even in this moment in time on a 5 minute, you were signaled here on April 20th, yesterday. It made a crap ton of money. A crap ton. Signal, condition, approved. Right until it wasn't. That was sideways action. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look at the daily. King Louie, this one's for you, brother. Let's go ahead and look at the daily and see what we have here. Okay. King Louie. On the daily, I need to know what you're smoking. That is not bullish. This is consolidation in a range. This is not bullish. This is not bullish. This is basically a $10,000 range. Sure, if you got in and you played the bounce off the level, you made money, right? But when you really zoom out, this is just in range. So you really have to like be able to nail it. And you would need to nail it on a smaller time frame. What time frame would that be? Oh, I think we have one. We have a time frame for you, right? That might be the 30. We got an entry. Wait. Go. Nice. Get you in where? At 85, you're rocking and rolling, right? Trade design down. I'm going to show you guys. This is Bitcoin on the 30. Because Bitcoin is extremely volatile, we like to slow it down. Trade design down. We wait for the condition to be met at or about this candle. We go from 85 all the way down to 84 and change. How about here? Now you're making money, right? How about here? Neutral. This is neutral. Here, little something. Yeah. Let's see. BTC is at best sideways on the daily. Yes, exactly. So you would have to go into a smaller time frame to actually see its movement. That's why we started on the 5. Okay. I mean, look at this right here. Nice. 86,000 all the way down to 84,000. Woo. There's money to be made here, man. Lots of money to be made here. Let's get back on over to NQ. By the way, if you're wondering, this works on pretty much any and every instrument out there. Any market, whether it's Forex or crypto, you need a system that's, I'm telling you guys, it takes it to the next level. So, yeah. Let's catch up to King Louie here. Is it not breaking out of the downtrend? Okay, so that's King Louie. So that is a rookie mistake. So when you say, is it not breaking out of the downtrend, it's within a range, right? It says, oh, she's about to break out. Now that's an assumption. So beginner traders speculate in that sense, right? She's about to. When you have to use the word about, guys, in a trade, that means you don't know. That means you're taking a 50-50 crapshoot. What we do with our system is we put you in a position to react to price action where we have all the confluences that we need to enable you to make a smart trade. When you start saying about to or going to, those are assumptive statements. Okay. You don't know, especially on a daily time frame, especially with Trump. Oh my God. Trump could go ahead and just, and jump on a horn later today. Say something stupid, and the market just dies. Okay. So you got to be careful with that, King Louie. Don't play speculative statements. If you have to do that, or if you have to envision the play, because you think that that's what the play is going to do, You might as well flip a coin. Might as well flip a coin, guys. Okay, so guys, again, if you feel like you have to say about to or is or should or maybe or might, mm-mm, that's not trading. That's gambling. Okay, so let's go back to the system here. Trade designed out. This was an actionable moment, right? Now, what we can see here is it's going sideways. Now, we are not bullish until we're told we're bullish, and we're bearish because we're being told we're bearish. It's really that simple. Now, we have our yellow line forming, right? It's flickering. This yellow line, have you not gotten out of the trade just yet? When you see a yellow line pop up and close, that's probably your signal to do one of two things. Bring your stop down to the yellow line, right? Or set your stop at break even. Now, when you do that, you're assuming one of two things. You're assuming that that yellow line is a false yellow, um, and that's where you go to break even to let the trade continue, or you respect that yellow and say, okay, this is that area where price comes back up. It flash yellow, price comes back up. This is where I secure profit, and I move on with my day. Does that make sense? All right. So let's go ahead and draw that line, that imaginary line. Let's change this. Let's change the color. I'm going to change this to yellow. All right. So you guys see that? Now, I entered this trade. My stop's up here. I got nothing telling me to move my stop down other than my DSR. For those who really, really want to, just trail their stops, that's where you use the DSR, okay? Now, if you find that you're getting stopped out a lot, right, because DSR isn't perfect, and, again, markets at different times introduce different volatility, so therefore, you might get wiped out a lot, okay? So with that, you got a trade design. This is your stop, and you leave it there until what? Two things happen down here. Okay. I'm going to delete this level. I'll delete this level here. There's nothing in this trade just yet telling you to get out, is there? Guys, is there anything in this that's telling you to exit your trade? Now, some people will go ahead and say, well, I'll get out here because our size overextended to the downside at 25.38 in my bounce, right? Or, maybe we have, maybe we're bouncing off a stochastic, right? If someone was using that indicator over here, right? Guys, nothing's happening. This thing is going down. There was nothing saying bullish. This trade is killing it right now. Absolutely slaughtering it right now. So let's take a look at here. 18,000 all the way down to 17,009. Okay. So one contract would have got you, what, 1,000 points? What? Am I doing my math right? One contract, 1,000 points? Is that 20K, one contract? Am I doing my math right? So that means 5 MQs would have made you 10K? We're doing my math right? Moved 1,000 points, or one MQ is $20 a point. It was 20. Woo! Jeez. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, I'm reading it wrong, guys. Yeah, it's 190. Okay. My glasses. I read the 17. I read the 17 as 1709 as opposed to 1790. Okay, so it was about 190 points. Yeah. So 2000. Sorry, guys. 2000. I was so reading it like, oh my God, my glasses. Okay. Anyways, um, either way, you're making money here. What's that? 250 points. 250 points. I mean, it's 2000 for the, that's $5,000 with one NQ, $2,500 with five MNQs, $500 with one NQ. No, one MNQ would have made you $500 on this trade. Let me measure this. Jeez, that's what I should have done instead of like looking at the thing. It's 190 points. So yeah, one MNQ would have made you about like 400 bucks almost. Still bank. That's still money. Lots of money. Mikey, you're late. Don't you hit me up for child support. So, let's see. Nothing to do here, right? $3,800 on one NQ. Insane. Insane, right? 5 MNQs, that's $1,900. 5% on the trade? That's great. So, now my question to you is, when are you done? All right, guys, do you want to look at the Walmart trade with him? Let's look at Walmart. Okay. So here we are on Walmart. We're in this trade, obviously, Mikey. You're trading options, right? Hopefully, you got some some time to expiration. Here, that's where your stop is on the top of the box, right? And you let it go. Now, you wait for the break of the 200. You had a level there. You guys see how that candle responded to the level? Okay, came on down. Now, this is the moment of truth, Mikey, for you. Okay. Of course, if this was your entry and you were trading this straight up as a stock, obviously you're trading an option, so it's a derivative of price action. But go ahead. We bring it down to break even. This trade, guys, becomes absolutely free. What's wrong with that? Becomes absolutely free. I'm taking all the risk off the table. Now, what we then do is, well, why do we do this? Okay, so guys, the reason why we do this, right, we bring it down to break even. Right? Let's say we're babysitting this thing, right? And let's say we're trading it straight up. The reason why we break it to break even, or we bring it to break even, is purely psychological at this point. This trade is well within your favor. But now it gives you options on the trade, okay? The options on the trade are simple. All right, do you want to ride it out down to this level at 91.97, okay, which is 40 cents away? Or would you let it come back up 50 cents to your stop? Okay. You got to really think about that, right? So is it a shorter distance down to the level? Yes, right? But is the reward smaller than your current situation? Probably is. So with that being said, is it worth it? No. At that point, you're just trying to like squeeze more juice out of something that might have already been squoze. So we're at break even. Psychologically, we're fine. We give 0 fucks here. Oh, there we go. Boom, right there. That's how that works. That's how that works. So, Mikey, right? It comes up and it breaks that. Guess what? You guaranteed yourself profit. If it does not break that, you have a continuation. Well, what you've done here, guys, is you've guaranteed, right, at an actionable moment on the chart where that yellow pops up, you guaranteed that you're taking profit somewhere. You guys saw exactly where I brought it down to, right? You take a profit there. If it doesn't profit you out, think about that. If it doesn't profit you out, that means you're still rocking and rolling. Make sense? Does that make sense, guys? All right. So Sam is asking next level on NQ. Give me a second. Let me get it back over onto NQ. From what I'm seeing, right there you go. Yeah. Okay, so you could have entered here on this candle. You could have entered here on this candle. It's basically either way. You printed on both, right? It brought you all the way down here, or you enter here, it brings you all the way down here, right? Either or actionable moments. However, we find that these are the higher probability setups here. Okay. So either way, make your money, take your money, play it smart. Now going back to NQ. Wow. Let's take a look at NQ here, guys. NQ still has not given us any signal up until maybe now here. So it's going to be an ideal setup here. We have our stop there. Once we get yellow here and a close, what do? We bring our stop all the way down. Okay. Until that happens, we can do this. Okay, now it's free. Everyone's like trading like it's the NBA, right? The NBA is all offense, no defense. You gotta trade more with defense. All right. Just really, really consider that. All right. So we have the yellow here, potentially a close. I get the yellow, you just bring it right back down here. The market gave you more than you deserve, right? Did it not? Did the market not give you more than you deserve by this point? I mean, sure did. And let's see. That's probably one of the bigger reasons to losing trades in the market is that the trader has an entry, but they don't have an exit. And so they don't have a plan. And so now you're deer in headlights, just staring at price action. And you're like, damn, I was up and I let price action come against me because I was being greedy. Well, if you're going to be greedy, you can be greedy the right way. You see, be greedy the right way. Let's see here. Jeez. Let's see. Yes, yes, that's one of the bigger things, John, right? Is you make your money and then you close the charts, guys, you just walk away. Right. So I want you guys to like play defense. Look at it, play defense. Right. Okay, so here we go. Come back to this trade. Guys, it gave us yellow, did it not? It gave us yellow print here. We brought it down just in case. Now we got a continuation. That is a continuation of 31 points. I mean, what are we doing here? We got 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. Maybe that's time to get out of the trade. I don't know. But I hope this is making sense to you, right? It'll help you trade calm. So you're trading small. You're trading down to a level. You can see where there might be levels, right? And then you make the trade free, and you're looking for when the band turned yellow on you. And then you go ahead and you adjust your stop, and you bring it down to that zone. Easy enough? I don't know. Easy enough, guys? If it doesn't stop me out, it doesn't stop me out. It keeps going. But you got to take profit somewhere. My God. Let's see. Let me catch up to the chats here. And let's see. You know what? I need a separate monitor on this side here just for the chats. That's what I need. Yeah. Let's see. It's CJ. Yes, step away from the stream before you do something stupid. In fact, I'm not letting you do anything stupid. There's nothing to do on the chart right now, guys. Like, you're chilling. There's nothing to do. Right? You're like, oh, thank you for giving me some extra moolah, right? You just bring your stop down right down to the line here, that STB line, right? Oh, it turned yellow. Oh, we got stopped out. That was done. The trade's done. Hey, we would have got stopped out. It turned yellow. I don't know, guys. We do this over and over and over again, right? The simplest trading system on earth. John, take it easy, buddy. I'm reading the chats here. And let's see. Do I need to add Titan GT? You need GT Legends, Titan GT, and you might want GameTrades.com to we take it to another level there, right? But guys, really think about this. Let's really think about this, right? Everyone bitches and complains about how expensive we might be. Now that's 183 points. One MNQ would have made you 360. That one trade alone would have paid for the entire suite of trade 1348 plus game trades plus $100 profit in one trade. That right there, right? And then you got the other 60 or 70 trades like this that happen over the month's time. So, I mean, what I should be doing, if I had the technology and the capacity to do this, what I should be doing is connecting to all of your brokerages and taking 10% of your profits. That'll make me a lot more money than what I'm making right now. Right? Hot potato, exactly. All of it plus $100 in your pocket. It's insane. That's really what I should be doing. Right? John makes 20K. Thank you for the 2K, John. Right? Come on. Gerardo makes 30K. Thank you for the 3K, Gerardo. Like, that's 5K a day. Just over music. Is it a Discord? Do you trade with me daily? You don't trade with me, you trade my system. It's a Discord community on top of proprietary indicators. If you trade for me, I'll give you 10%. Oh my God. It's Zaija, of course you would. The thing is, Insider's going to go ahead and give me like $1 million. He's been nagging for a bot forever. He's like, hey, but just here's $1 million. Just give me a bot. I'm like, oh no. 10%. $1 million. Ooh, that's 100K a day. Not bad. All right. So let's get back to this. We knew when to get out. We knew when to get out. Really that simple, guys. We don't overcomplicate it at all. You guys need some other examples? How about for the AMC faithfuls in the back? All right. Let's say trade design. We bring it down to break even. We get a yellow marker here. What do? We bring it down to the yellow marker. Oh, wait, we didn't get stopped out. All right, cool. Right? We get a continuation until the next yellow marker. That's when we would have gotten stopped out. We would have made money. We would have made money with AMC. All right, would have made a lot of money. Okay. Would have made a lot of money. So let's come on, let's do Nvidia. Let's do Nvidia Corporation, guys. Let's show you exactly how this looks too. Okay. Nvidia, trade design. Trade design, confluence here happens back to back. This is a stellar trade, right? We enter the trade. Our stop is given at the top of the box, right? It's coming on down. Here we go. We stop it right there. Up until we get that yellow marker right there. We got that yellow marker. Boom. We set the stop right there, right? So price action was already really, really close to the STB line. So basically it's going to break. If it breaks the STB line, it was going to be yellow, right? But by using this strategy here, guys, they're going to be able to trade with far much more confidence. Are we not? Hands up. Hands up if like your brain just said, oh my God. Like seriously, if you just literally had an orgasm without ever touching yourself, maybe this is the first time in your life this ever happened, right? You soiled yourself. You're wet. You're like, why am I so fucking dumb? This thing spells it out for you. We enter the trade, mandatory stop, goes in our favor, get it to break even. We hold. Oh, we got yellow STB on the STB line. Let's get out. Not negotiable. Just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Right. Hey guys, do not be afraid of getting out of trades. Let me show you something. We're going to make an example out of this. Let me see if I can do this really quick. All right. So I'm going to draw another line here. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to use this as a canvas really quickly. Okay. All right. So here we go. It's a brush. And all right, guys. So we go ahead. And this is our entry. Boom, 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 boom. Right. Now the entry goes against you. Boom, 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 boom. Right. Set your stop as soon as possible. Right. So that it doesn't do this. But wait a second. If it does this and rejects from here, this move down becomes more profitable than the loss you absorbed right here. This is why, excuse me, we lose fast to win faster. Does it make sense? This was our trade. It worked in our favor, came against us. We set the stop. We let it do what it was going to do. It comes back up here. Comes right back down to where we let ourselves get stopped out. There's more money here. If we measure this out, guys, there's more money to be made here, right? Waiting for that pivot. That's 1.23. This is Nvidia. This is $1.23 versus 45 cents. Says $1.23 versus, guys, that is nearly a 3-to-1. It's nearly a 3-to-1. Okay. So I want you to really, really think about that. That you don't have to endure the pain as it's going against you before it becomes profitable again. If you cut it, right, resets itself at a level, comes back down, you can re-enter there, right? Or the next pivot of the band and come back down with it to make more money as opposed to absorbing that loss. Does that make sense, guys? So, Mike D says, trend stats for MES says the average bearish candle is 12. And MES got a yellow band on the 13th candle. Crazy, yes. So, guys, we got what we have with our trend stats, when you get it over our day trades, is we give you the running average of how long or how many candles a trade design lasts for. And so Mike D sees it for himself, right? Our average was 12. It gave us 13. That's what he's talking about, guys. It's only wait, I'll let you hear. I want to be here. There you go. Wait. It's only at gametrades.com. Go ahead and check it out. Seriously. A lot of money to be made. Okay. So let's get the chat back here. But you guys understand this example here, right? So we lose fast to win faster. We don't have to marry our trade because there's more opportunity up here. I promise you guys, you make more money that way. Okay. So now, with Nvidia, this is where the noobs get wrecked. Oh, they got bullish. I got bullish, but you don't have anything defined here. There's nothing defined. Maybe you have a level right here that's defined. So if you're going to go ahead and be bullish, it's probably to that point. But why? You're still technically bearish. The governing trend is bearish. Why would you go against a trend? And I think that is the most important thing. So when you go against a trend, guys, you are trading 50-50 and you will alter your stats, right? Because when you're going against when you go against a trend, guys, do you imagine your stats to be optimal? No, you're going against a trend. That's not an optimal condition, right? And so the reason why we try to get away from trading away from the trend is to get you accustomed and conditioned and biased completely to trading with the trend so that your stats look consistent throughout your trading career. So we avoid that setup. And then what do? We wait for the setup back down to present itself. Right now, we have neutral here on trend tracker or retracement. That's what it says right there. Retracement. This is a retracement bar here, right? Hardly worth it to me. Although we know where we might go here, for me, it's hardly worth it. If I took this trade all the way down and made all this bank, sweet baby Jesus, I'm done for the day. Thank you, market, for making my life easier. Highly efficient, making bank, go live my life, take up botany, do whatever. I don't know. All right, so Pod One asks, if you're looking to scale up on a move, would you play catch with the candle by setting a stop at 17,980 above the 3 previous wicks? All right, Pod. This fucking guy. We're scaling for what? What are we scaling? I want to know, what are we scaling? This is the end of the move. This is not a trade. No, I'm not looking to scalp an up move. That's the problem, Pod. You just heard me say, right, with Nvidia, the same holds true here. I'm not going to answer that question, right? Why? Because you should not. Listen, dude, if you don't have at least at least 250,000 to $500,000 in your account, you shouldn't even think about fucking scalping. Like, let's be real. Let's be real, guys. You dudes want to go ahead and start doing like some high level shit when your port doesn't support high level shit. It just really doesn't. When you get a guy who goes ahead and scalps, like myself, you guys have seen me do it. I can scalp. I'll go 20 contracts as meaningful money on the day, $3, $4, $5,000, and I'm done. If you got less than 25K, why would you even put yourself through that? You trade the trend, take the easy money. Why make things difficult for yourself? Like, I'm not going to answer that pod, right? Like, you're fucking annoying me right now. And it's my point, man. Here, the point fucking proven right now. What are you scalping to? What? This level right here? You gonna really respect it? Like, come on, dude. And then it can't rejects, and then you wonder why your stats are shit. Like, this annoys me. You got grown ass fucking men. Pod, I'm assuming you're a grown ass man or woman, right? We tell you exactly what to do, and then you want to go ahead and like do something else. It's just annoying. And then you're just like, oh yeah, this system doesn't work. Like, that's not a reflection of the system. That's a reflection on you. This dude's like, I mean, put this in a fucking socket. Drive that to death. Like, what are you doing here? This would not have worked. The governing trend is down. We have neutral here, retracement, right? Neutral, nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing here. Our size below 50, therefore, still bearish if below 50. The moving average is also below 50 on our size. Still bearish. Everything screams bearish. Why would you do that to yourself? Anyways, see, this is what I gotta deal with on a daily basis. It's fucking annoying. My patience has wore this thin with a lot of people. Anyways, guys, I'm signing out. This was a great stream. The market made you your money if you paid attention. Yes, you watch me do it. I trade for free. I'm a multi-millionaire, dude. Several times over. Several times over. And when I was in your position, I traded conservatively. You have to trade conservatively, right? I show you what's possible. What I can do as a trader. Now I'm showing you guys what you need to do as a trader. You guys go ahead and make your money. I'm a millionaire. Like, my money's dumb, dude. It's dumb. My money's so fucking dumb. It's ridiculous. Okay. This is why I started 1348. Because my bank account was so fucking dumb, right? That I wasn't finding gratification in life. Everyone asks me, like, hey, why do you do this? Because it doesn't make any sense. My money's so dumb. I wasn't finding gratification in life. I was bored. It was dumb. Everything became easy, right? Everything came easy. My relationships became fake, right? It was like impulsive buys. It was impulsive buys led to loss of self-control, especially during the COVID era, where I'm buying like a new car every 2 months. Some of you guys, if you know me way back then, you know that that's what I would do. There was absolutely no fulfillment. And trading was just dumb. And so then I start 1348, and it makes things interesting. There's fulfillment in life. I feel a sense of fulfillment, right? But with that, so Pod and anyone else, right? my mentors, if I dare question them or disrespected them or insisted on doing things my way, I would not be even a third of the trader that I am now. And I probably wouldn't be here on YouTube. And I probably would have probably come across as all the fakes that joined the AMC movement, right? You know, the fakes, you know, the TMIs, people who can't trade, right? The trades who are such a great trader still lost $1 million fucking dollars. Right? All those guys who jumped on the AMC movement, you know. Well, let's start other douchebag. What's his name? Uh, the one that went on Rumble chasing a bag. For fucking Mac Wars. Son of a bitch can't trade. None of these guys can trade. They're fucking exposed to frauds. Period. So, at the end of the day, you know, it's like, I didn't want to be those guys. I did not want imposter syndrome. I did not want to embarrass myself. And those guys fucking embarrass themselves. And the thing is, they do so knowing that they're embarrassing themselves, knowing that their trades don't work, knowing that their system doesn't work, knowing that all they're doing is trying to stuff money in their pocket as opposed to develop a system and perfect the system because they understand they have countless people following them and trusting them. You guys, you know, for those who trust me blindly, this is why the system exists. This is why we put so much money into the system. This is why myself and Hot Potato put LS hours in the system. It's because you deserve that type of commitment from me and him and everyone here at Trade 1348 that you're obviously paying. And these motherfuckers out there are like, pay me for news. I'm going to give you regurgitated news. I'm going to take a news article, put it through ChatGPT, turn on the camera, go ahead, read it verbatim, and tell you that that is quality content. Go fuck your mother, bro. You're all fucking piece of shit goons who do not have the track record that I have. And I want you guys to really, really pay attention. Because the reason why I get so irritated with people not listening is because we've created a system that is designed for you to listen. And when you do listen, you make a crap ton of money. I'm just like, wow. Some people just like pain. Some people just like pain. Hmm. I mean, you guys could just go back to Twitter and start following, what the fuck is his name? Zach Morris? You know, that con man where the SEC went after him because he was pumping stuff. Like, follow fucking terrible. And her commentary on AOC, terrible. Terrible. You know, the one who like put ginormous cucumbers in her ass became a market commentator while she moonlighted as an OnlyFans whore. This is the reality. This is what AMC created. Right? I think that's some roid raging Mexican they used to rock with. Oh my God. I'm having these flashbacks. Okay. The fucking Mexican DMX. What's his name? Oh my God. Jeez. You're welcome. I love what I do. Oh yeah, we got the cab driver too. I mean, Lil passed away. Right? Uh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But the shit he was talking was like, what that? What that? This dude. You know, may he rest in peace, man. But damn, he was, guys. He was clearing $2,000 or $3,000 a day on YouTube. Easy. What was he doing? He was just turning on a camera and talking shit for 45 minutes. There was no editing. There was no nothing. There was no real information. There was nothing. 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Oh man, he was making it. It's just so sad, right? That he really didn't get to enjoy all of it. But still. Yeah. Chicago Bros, Lou versus Wall Street. That guy. Uncle Fester. Yeah, he was Uncle Fester. He was cab driver. He had a lot of different names. Um. Anyways, guys. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We got nothing to talk about here. Market, guys. Look. So pod. I mean, to answer your question, dude. Like, why would you? For what? Right. That. You know what this is? This is just greed and bad habits. That's all this is. Greed and bad habits. Unless you got a crap ton of money where this can be. Let's measure this. Let me show you something, guys. All right. What is that? That's 27 points. All right. So one NQ contract. Right. Let's just say $500. 10 is 5,000. 20 is 10. You see? So now that 20 contracts, the margin value of those 20 contracts, I mean, like, well, to play it on TradeMate, that's about $1,000, right? That you need a margin to be able to trade that. So you take $20,000 a margin to make $10,000 of profit. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm done here. Trade the system. You'll make money. And where the hell is my industry button? There you go.